go. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. We're going all the way so you can score more for your trade-in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV today. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News, as we get you set for the latest news, insight, and analysis as game time approaches. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Check out lithiafordboise.com to view the full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Western Collective studios. Head down to Western Collective's locations in Garden City or downtown Boise to try some of their delicious beers, including the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer to support an NIL collective. Now, let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News.
Good afternoon, Bronco Nation, and welcome to Boise, Idaho, to Albertsons Stadium, to the Hall of Fame Plaza here outside as we get set for one of the biggest games in the history of the Blue, one of the biggest games in the history of the Boise State football program as they take aim at the college football playoff here in about 3 hours at Albertsons Stadium. We bring you to the Hall of Fame Plaza here. We got myself, BJ Rains, Kent Riddle, Brad Bedell, former assistant coaches at Boise State. Hopefully you can hear us okay, see us okay. Excited to be here, guys. A little cold, but festive atmosphere and a big one here in a couple hours.
It's balmy out here.
It's a heat wave. At least that's what it is in my mind.
I wear gloves about once a year. Yeah, but they're necessary. Hey, I hope everybody that's on here is actually out in the parking lot, tailgating a little bit already, getting ready to go. Get in here early, be loud. Dress warm. It is cold out, but that's not going to affect the game a whole bunch, I don't think.
I don't know. Some of them UNLV boys are going to be really upset.
Yeah.
I right here that I think Fresno coming in the snow and beating them in overtime.
Yeah, Fresno came in. I mean, San Diego State's played up here and I think the adrenaline.
And he wants me to behave.
Yeah, I think the adrenaline. I think the adrenaline will kick in. I would expect the crowd to have a lot more impact on the game than the weather.
No, that's completely true. I mean, that's not even – I mean, it's – not you hope, you expect it, to be quite honest with you. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, if you're sitting there and you got us on work and you're sitting in front of the desk watching a clock to get to this game, just clock out and go. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Your boss really is not going to be that mad.
Hopefully your boss is on his way too.
Or her way. Or her, but exactly. If not, have you ever seen that movie, Horrible Bosses?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Use that one on them.
Well, I saw when we were here like 1:30 getting set up, like the parking lot opened at 2:00. There was a line all the way down this street, all the way across the bridge with tailgates and trucks and, fans trying to bring in their tailgate.
People wanting to get their normal spots out there because I know it was free for all today or whatever. But, yeah, awesome to have Andy Rowe here today.
Yeah, we'll get Andy on here in a second. He's our title sponsors hanging out. You mentioned the crowd, though. The highest attendant, Boise State's, I think, the 5th or 6th time they've hosted this game. I looked it up this morning. 26,000 is the highest they've ever had for one of these games. It's just so hard on a week's notice to resell the entire stadium. Unless within the last 30 minutes, I think they had like 10 tickets left. I mean, this is going to be a sellout tonight.
I'm going to assume somebody bought those 10 tickets.
37,000.
You could probably find them given away.
There you go.
Like if you scroll through Twitter, I bet you can find somebody giving away. I saw Elliot Hoyt was doing a couple.
Yep. Well, the problem was all the resale tickets. Some people bought up a lot of resale, and now they're trying to sell them. Hopefully, no. I mean, the tickets are bought. I hope people go to StubHub if you want to come down. You can probably get a pretty good deal tonight. But
come to the parking lot and get a beer and just wait. Because they're going to start free falling. Yeah. I mean, people are going to get their money, so they'll start free falling. And this is actually a true story. In 1999, my brother, 7 of his buddies waited to the end of the Rose Bowl. It kicked off. They got him for $10. I mean, people are just going to sell them because they need something out of it. So.
I've heard of like World Series games. If you wait till the second inning, you get in for
wait. I mean, wait.
You don't want to miss this kickoff, though. That's when Seven Nation Army hits tonight and this place is packed. I think this is going to be an electric atmosphere tonight.
I would agree.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think sometimes in the regular season, it's electric, but you get a lot of corporate seats. People give tickets away, whatever. If you have a ticket to this game, you're a diehard fan that wants to be here.
Well, not only that, but this is also could be a game that's going to be talked about.
All right, yes. Fired up.
Hold on, Winston. Let's get our title sponsor in here for a second. Andy, come over here for a second. Come on, Andy.
Hey,
come on, Andy. We're going to get to Winston Venable in just a second.
We don't want to peak too early. We don't want to peak too early.
Hold on. Let's bring on our title sponsor real quick, Andy Rowe. He's a big-time go this way just a little bit.
We can't have Winston on this early.
No, we got to let Winston warm up for a second.
We don't want everybody to peak too early.
All right, Andy, how you feeling, man?
I'm the warm-up for Winston Venable. I don't know if I can do a good job, but I will do my very best.
I hear you.
Tell us about the giveaway before we forget. You guys got a big giveaway
We're giving away through Boise State a full garage man or woman Bronco man cave makeover. So we're going to do your floor in a custom Bronco colors. We're going to do your walls. We're going to put some graphics up. So you got a garage or it could be a basement. You got an area that you want to totally trick out for Boise State. We're going to be giving that away in January. So you got a lot of time to sign up. So give us a follow on any of our social media channels. And then just go to the bio. There's a link in the bio. You got to remember how to say all this stuff. I'm not very good at the social media.
And that's a big time value. That's depending on the size of the room and all that. I mean, that's a several $1,000 value. So follow them on social.
$5,000 to $10,000 value. So you don't want to miss out on it. It's definitely worth signing up for.
So follow them on social media and figure that out. Andy, you've been around here for a long time, man, following this program. To be 3 hours from a game that could put them in the playoff, what's the feeling like for you?
As a fan that grew up here, I've been to a lot of potato bowls, and I've been to championship games here, but nothing that feels like this. I mean, everybody on Twitter feels electric. I mean, just the parking lot right now feels electric. Like, this is something special.
I would agree. 100%.
Yeah, awesome atmosphere down here. Like Brad said, I mean, if you can't get into the stadium or you don't think you can right now, get down here anyway. It'll probably work out in your favor.
I would agree.
100%. We got the Bronco walk in about 20 minutes. That'll be right behind us when the team comes in. We'll show you that as well. But Andy, are you nervous, confident? How you feeling, man?
I mean, kind of all of the above. I was a little bit nervous when I heard it was UNLV. You had some really great stats about, the environments they've played on. I don't think I've ever been excited as a Boise resident about an inversion until this week. It is awesome. Every day I'm looking outside like, please don't let the sun come out. Stay cold and stay dark. And I think that's going to play into our favor. So I think there's good things going for us. And again, I'll go back to that environment. I think they're going to come out really, really pumped up. I think if they have a good game plan to go to, they get out early. And I think that's what it's going to be is just hammering on them and making them feel like they don't have a chance. I think too many games we've let the opponent believe this season. And if they can get through that first quarter and really start, causing those guys to have some doubt, if they go in down, banged up and cold at halftime, I think the Broncos might actually roll.
Especially as of late. That's a really good point you just made, especially as of late. I mean, Boise right now is just put their foot on their throat right now. Just in the locker room, put your foot on their throat, start twisting.
I know, Andy, you've been a little, at times, critical of the defense and the pass defense. How are you feeling about the pass defense going against UNLV and Ricky White tonight?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So they're gonna have to get defense bring the heat. Can't wait to hear what Winston has to say about that from his playing days. But you watch how we played them before. Chenander dialed up some blitzes that worked really well. So I think that's going to be it. They're going to have to keep the pressure on them. So I threw out a score there earlier today of 37-29, and I based that on a lot of field goals being kicked in this game. I think you've seen the defense sometimes give up explosive plays, but then as the field gets shorter, they really tighten up the D, and a lot of times they're kicking a field goal. So I think that might be the difference today.
20. How you getting to 29? Let's see, a 2-point conversion in there somewhere, or
you're asking a painter to do math, so I don't know how that's going to come out. I think I came up with about
safety.
maybe 15 points in field goals and a couple of touchdowns. I think they might get a couple tutties out of it, but I think we can hold them to the field goals, that's going to help.
Well, Andy, there, as I say all the time, there would be no Bronco Nation News. There would be no show without you and Row Painting. So appreciate you for stopping by, man. Thanks for your support. And again, follow Row Painting on all their social media channels, and you can win the makeover, and that's a several $1,000 project for your floor. So, Andy, appreciate you stopping by, man. Pace yourself. You still got 3 hours here, man.
I know it's going to be hard. Appreciate all you guys do. Go Broncos.
Thanks, Andy. There he is, Andy Rowe, our title sponsor, and we go from one Boise State legend to another.
Thanks for having me.
Winston Venable wanted to stop by and join us.
Yeah.
I might just get him, let you guys talk for a while. But Winston, how you feeling, man?
You running this thing, man. Oh, it's great to see the boys back in the ship, right? Yeah,
No doubt.
it's a nice calm before the storm out there. Walking from about right up the street at Albertsons, you're starting to see some people coming in. Parking lots just starting to fill up, but you can kind of feel it in the air. It's going down tonight for sure.
No doubt. And the boys, they'll be ready.
The boys will be ready. Yeah, I think they got their eyesight on this, and I think it's been there the standard, right, of just getting to this game and playing the way the Broncos have been playing is it's been refreshing to see. Over the last couple of years, some things we've gone through, but even with winning the title last year, it was a different year. So this seems like that typical, but also different football team than we've seen in the past.
A little sweeter, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good deal.
What does it mean? I mean, for some of the teams you played on, certainly would have been good enough to have a chance to make a playoff if they would have had it and things like that.
Yeah.
To now have a path here, and the little guy gets a seat at the table and gets a chance, and the way it's worked out, whoever wins tonight gets to join the big boys, so to speak, in the playoff. Like, just as someone that's blood, sweat, and tears for this program, to see a night like tonight, we're on the cusp of history here, and know you played a small part, obviously, or big part leading up to that. But how do you just your thoughts on a night like tonight as a former player?
Yeah, I think amongst a lot of the guys, you feel some pride, and it's special because we didn't have those type of opportunities. I mean, we were going after big time bowl games and things like that, but I mean, even just being in the Mountain West and having a straight up conference title to play for, and then the opportunity to do this new age college football playoffs. I mean, it's big time, and I take pride in leaving this place better than we found it and giving these guys opportunities, and that's what it's all about. So thankful to be a Bronco, and super fired up to see what those guys got going on. But at the same time, BJ, you learned what it was like back then, and is it a distraction? Is it pressure? Is it something to go after? I'm all for it, but we got to get through the championship game first. So there's a lot of pressure and stress that can come with not this game, but even the next, but we're not there yet. So let's focus on this one.
People in the chat they said the Winston Venable is getting them fired up already pregame.
Yeah,
They're fired up and ready to go.
We had to wait. Didn't want to peak too early.
Don't peak too soon.
Winston's going to bring it every game, but I think our guys though, and UNLV, I give them credit too. I mean, they're going to show up ready to play, and our guys know that. They'll be ready for their best, all that stuff. But both teams have been playing with a lot of pressure to get to this point. One loss takes you out of it, and so I would expect them to come out and play relatively free tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, we're here. Let's leave it all out there. Both teams.
Does it change that UNLV? I mean, if Tulane had won, UNLV would be trying to win the championship, but probably not getting in. The fact that UNLV, they win, they're in the playoff too, adds another layer to this.
I think it just adds another layer, but now it's weird. It's like every time that we're covering a Boise State game up to tonight, it's like, well, Boise's got everything in front of them. Well, guess what? That's over. It's tonight. You're going, or you're going to the LA Bowl.
You guys know, kind of experienced it as part of that. I think it was 18, but I think this is one of the things that Coach Harsh kind of got upset about at the time. Like, we've known for a long time, the Mountain West is, really as good as it gets. Like, ability to play with power conferences, best of the group of 5, all that stuff. And, we had that one year, we have one loss by 3 points, and it's like, we're out of it. And like, hey, we can play with anybody, but nobody's pushing for us. Nobody's marketing us.
That's the difference between this game.
In this game, you've got everybody out there saying, hey, Mountain West is way better than the other conferences.
And I would assume if whoever wins tonight, like, they're going to, whatever game they go to, if Boise State wins and goes to the Fiesta Bowl, like, that's going to be another big game where everyone's saying, okay, here's your chance to prove it, like all the other group of 5 teams. And everybody's going to be like, all right, you got in. What are you going to do with your chance now? So we can talk about that for the next month, hopefully.
Yeah,
getting ready. But
it's, I mean, look at last year. Look at Tulane put just a whooping on SC. I mean, so this is it. I mean, imagine if that
Liberty got crushed by Oregon. It goes both ways.
It does, but it's the same thing about this year. I mean, UNLV beat Syracuse. It's a big win for them, and they beat Houston, who at that time was horrible,
and Kansas.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is 2 teams, and then you got the one shot that Boise had. They lost by 3 to the number 1 team in the country. So that whole thing, it's out
the narrative. I mean, it hasn't changed a whole lot, right? I mean, this is, it's interesting just from the, community and public standpoint. Like, obviously there's a lot of new Bronco fans, but this is what the Broncos have been dealing with for I don't know how long, as far as
a decade.
The recognition, like, yeah, I mean, you lose by a team by 3 and all that, but year after year, I think this program has shown that we can play at the biggest stages there are with the biggest boys, and we, are one of those big boys, to be honest with you. And it doesn't really matter that it's the Mountain West, the WAC. It's been the same story, right? Big Sky. I mean, there's a lineage of winning and a lineage of beating teams that we weren't technically supposed to beat. And I think now, especially with this administration, college football playoff, social media, Bronco Nation's more on the map than it's ever been, but it's the same winning. It's the same style. It's the same mentality. And there's just even a bigger push for us to argue for the boys in blue and orange to get that respect. And they're doing everything they can to do so.
Okay, a couple of football questions for you guys. You've all coached in championship games, been a part of them. Like, how does it change in-game, pre-game, just a regular season game versus in a game of this magnitude, the pressure, everything that's riding with it? Does anything change for the players or coaches? Is it just a normal game out there? I mean, how do you approach this, kind of knowing it's win or go home here?
I truly don't think a coach can sit there and be this tight when you're expecting your players to play loose. I mean, you gotta be the same person that got you here to win the game. And you come in tight. The players feed. They know when coaches are like, oh no, this is about to be a bad one. It's just the way it is.
There's a reason every coach, especially here at Boise State, I think you've heard it probably more, but every good coach always talks about the process, right? And the process doesn't change, because when you start changing the process, the results tend to change.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, especially this game 13, like, I don't imagine anything's changing.
And as you said, Boise State's been playing basically playoff games for the last couple of months, having to win these games. But there's a different feeling waking up today, knowing what's on the line.
Oh, of course, but could you imagine changing things you got to this point? You know what that locker room's saying? What are we doing? Why are we changing?
No,
why is this all changing when we're sitting here about to have the opportunity to win and go to the playoff? Why are we changing anything?
Yeah, guys, they're going to walk over from the student union, like. They're going to have their pregame meal, walk over, touch the Lyle Smith statue, walk through the office.
In about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Your process as a player needs to be the same. Process as a coach needs to be the same. It started with, getting ready last Saturday, since they had a Friday night or Friday morning.
I know you joked, Ken, on your show earlier this week that it was going to be a heavy week at class and doing homework and stuff this week. What
academics first?
I mean, I know it's kind of a cliche thing, but is there extra film being watched? I mean, are you watching even more film for a game like this and doing more in the facility as much as you can be?
I don't know if they're doing more. They're certainly not doing less. I would think they're following their process. And, yeah, they probably cleared a little extra time to watch a little extra film, spend a little extra time together, talking through some things. I would guess they're on point on the communication. That's always the biggest deal is – things tend to go bad when one guy goes rogue, right? So, guys holding each other accountable all through the week. And
Make it any more complicated.
Winston, I know I know you try to treat it the same in all this, but these are college kids. They know what's on the line. For you as a guy that's played in, similar big time games on this field, what's that like as a player and trying to not do too much and get that personal foul penalty or miss the, try to go for that pick and miss it? I mean, what do you, how do you control your emotions in a game like this as a player?
Yeah, I think some of these games come with some experience, right? Just how you've dealt with it as a younger player or what you've learned. I mean, for me personally, I was one of those super passionate guys that maybe was a little too passionate pregame, and you learn that you can't peak too soon. You can't peak too early. So those are some of the just the small mental challenges that, it is the same. You try to prepare the same, but at the same point, there's no denying it's championship week. You're going to feel the urgency. You're going to feel it in the community, in the locker room, from the coaches. Yeah, it's the same process, but you'd be lying to say that you don't feel a little something extra. But if you step on the field, is it the same feeling? Are you going about that process the same? Which comes to the game time, those boys should be acting and doing all the things that they've done prior. Now, laying in bed at night, maybe they're thinking a little more excited. But most of the times when you have that heightened sense of urgency, that's when you play the best and good things happen.
All these guys have spent literally the last 50 weeks probably since they came back January 5th or whatever, thinking about this game. And so, I would guess most of them have visualized it in their head. They've planned for it. They were all in for this game. So I think that, they're not surprised they're here, but they're not going to be overwhelmed by the fact they're here either.
I would go off of Winston too. What he's saying is, which team can settle down the fastest? Can you settle down fast enough? Just get in your flow, get in your rhythm, things like that. And who can burn the chalkboard? Somebody's going to have something special for something tonight. There's going to be a change in a formation. There's going to be a different blitz, a different front, a different coverage that they haven't seen. So you got to settle in, burn the chalkboard, make the corrections, and move on.
I wanted to ask you about that, the cat and mouse of playing a team for the second time in the same season. You guys have done that. I know we mentioned Dirk obviously did that a lot in the NFL, but how much is it wanting to change stuff up versus, hey, this is what we're really good at, so we're going to do it again, and good luck to you? I mean, what's that cat and mouse like the second time you play a team?
Well, I know I mentioned it. We were on the show on Thursday. Is like if the scheme was really good versus UNLV the first time, change the formation, motion to get to the same ending formation, but give them a little something to think about. Give them a little different pre-snap read so they can't get a beat of, okay, they're running spacing or they're running zone.
Yeah, it's
jump the back.
It's all disguise, right?
Disguise.
It's all masking stuff. Same thing on the defensive side, right? If some pressure was really good, it's not like you're not going to do it because they'll have an answer for that. It's going to find another way to do it, or
a little different dressing for that QB. Yeah. Absolutely. And really, BJ, this is like we had these guys in the championship game last year, so we got third time
in like 360 days or something. Yeah.
So that's a nice little battle for the coaches, sitting there with game planning and going through those things that you're talking about. What little tweaks can we make to present it a different way? And
all these guys are experienced coordinators, head coaches. They know what they're doing. So it's not. You can overanalyze that stuff. But at the end of the day, you're going to do the stuff your team does well. You're going to find new ways to do it. And then you're probably going to have a couple of
new plays,
things off of it. Like, ooh, had we done this instead of that? That guy's wide open. Or
that double pass there now.
Yeah, or we can, I think we can get somebody to the safety and get Ashton through their clean, whatever. I mean,
sure.
There's going to be a couple wrinkles, but that's not going to be it's not like the whole game plan's wrinkles.
No.
You're going to do what you do well and continue to do it the entire game.
How big of a difference will have in the starting center, Mason Randolph, and your starting right guard, Roger Carrion, back for this game? They both missed the last time Boise State played at UNLV. A lot of talk about Ashton Jeanty, his season low, 3.9 yards per carry in that game, but 2 starting linemen out. That was also the game he got hurt in. And as Dirk Cutter came out and said in his presser, if you go back and watch the film, we left some stuff out there. He was a couple shoestrings away from breaking 60-yard runs. UNLV feels pretty good. We held them to 3.9. I think they're going to see a different rushing attack tonight from Boise State.
I think it's important for the center, mainly, because I think he's
already recruited, right, and signed?
I didn't sign him. Keene did a great job, but we kind of teed it up. But it doesn't for him back. But I think what's more important, and you guys would know, could you imagine this? He played last week a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's not, the rust is off.
Yeah.
The rust is off.
Yep.
And as a center, when you're seeing the safety rotations, and if he's directing some things, he can see back to game speed. That's that's more important than all of a sudden, okay, championship game, buddy. Let's
yeah,
go,
and
get at it.
physically, I mean, like I'm on that mental side, but physically, whatever dealing with the injuries, going a little battle tested there, and now the confidence going into this one is like, hey, I'm ready to roll.
And that dude, he is a dude.
Yeah,
he's an NFL center.
Yep.
So having him back, check. The right guard, I think it's important because if you look at the O-line, not to be real critical, but that right side, they've had a lot of turnover, a lot of guys splitting time. So now you get him, you get the mainstay back in to improve that interior for a lot of the inside and duo runs that they do. Get a little bit more push with a starter and be great at the second level.
Hey, I know Rogers got some penalties last couple of games, but you got to love seeing a little of that mentality out there, a little bit of that.
Take one.
You got to.
If you fire the team up, you got to do it.
And so I've been happy to see Roger out there bring a little identity to that O line as they've gone.
Kind of took him a game too. And Brad, as a former player, like if you sit out for 2 months as an O lineman, that first game back, well, I mean, for him to you got both those guys, and even last game, Mason I think had 30 snaps last game to get ready to play more of a full load this week. I mean, how much getting that first game out of the way again? How big is that?
It's vital because that game's so fast in the interior. It's quicker, it's faster. You got to deal with more than the tackle position. So being inside right there, it's huge to have a little experience before you jump back in the thick of it.
Jeanty tonight. Everyone's talking about the final. Travis Hunter ain't playing this weekend. Jeanty gets that final chance. What do you guys think of national TV, his opportunity tonight to make that final statement for the Heisman Trophy here?
Business as usual. Keep pushing, man. I mean, if it all works out how it's been the last few games and all that, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, he's going to come out ready to play. It looked like the last week, maybe even part of the game before that, he was actually starting to feel a little bit better.
We got some fans back here. They got the ticket shirt on. They want to show off their shirt. There.
He's got the arm.
They're down there, a little further down.
He's got the arm brace off, and
Johnny,
it looked like he was moving around a little quicker, a little.
I think
getting up off the ground a little quicker too.
Yeah.
I mean, just there. I think Bronco Nation. I think anybody that's been watching has seen. Most of the Broncos beat up a little bit, but I think you start.
Which is why you just dream if they win tonight. Ashton Jeanty on 4 weeks rest in the Fiesta Bowl.
No doubt.
Special.
But even if they get 2 weeks rest, he'll be fine. Yeah. But I just think the whole team, the fact that we played Friday morning, so you're not only getting a full week, you're actually getting probably an extra half day. And I know that seems like nothing, but I'd rather do that than play Saturday night and then travel on Thursday.
And I also think they got Saturday off.
Yeah.
So Smith's getting Saturday off, which is huge. And you don't get off your feet, lay down.
Those guys are doing a good job taking care of their bodies. I know that Coach Hilgart and the training staff, I mean, everybody in there, and these guys are really carrying themselves as professionals these days. And I mean, taking care of the body. And this time in the season, those guys are going to be ready. And I know Coach Spencer's, getting them prepared, but understanding that there's a time and a place to be smacking out there, and this isn't it right now. I mean, got to get the boys ready. I've been a part of some schools and know some coaches that talk about this time of the year where you're still rocking some pads on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever it may be, and it might be time to get in those spider shells,
And I'm sure they probably had a little contact, a little full speed work, but probably just enough to make sure that they're ready for the speed, but not
9 on 7,
but not physical.
And that is one of the concerns for me in this game is Boise State's tackling, because the last time they played UNLV, I think they missed almost 20 tackles. And that go-go offense, they like to get those running backs and some guys in space a little bit. And, you look at some of the advanced metrics, Boise State is, in space, one of the worst tackling teams in the country. So I know you're not doing a lot of live tackling in season, but for me, that's one of the keys tonight. Obviously, Boise State's defense, but when it's 3rd and 7 and they throw it to the flat, can you keep it to a 3-yard gain and not let them bust a tackle and make it 12?
Yeah, that's going to be a big key, and I would expect our guys to do a good job of that.
No Tubner tonight on defense as well. How big of a loss is that going to be? He had 2 of his best career games, Alexander Tubner at safety against UNLV. He may try to suit up, but I'm told it's emergency only and likely not going to play. So one of your best defensive players, your captain, out tonight. That's obviously a big loss.
The one thing I know about Tubner is he's probably – I know that he's still having a significant impact on this game with the preparation, taking care of the younger guys and older guys. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I would rule him out until he doesn't play.
Yeah, I mean, he's the type of guy that you just have a Tubner in the locker room. I mean, he's going to help coaches. He's going to help players. He's going to help training room staff. So, I mean, he's integral part of this team, whether he's suiting up or not.
What else you got, Winston, in terms of your keys to the game? What are you looking at? What does Boise State got to do in your mind to get a win tonight?
Oh, just a fast start and get Bronco Nation into this thing. You talk to some opponents that have come through here and some people that have been a part of this place in the past, and it's a really tough place to play, especially when Bronco Nation shows up the way they do, and it poses its challenges. So give Bronco Nation some things to get really excited about really early, and get these UNLV boys on the back early.
Yeah, I think their first possession on offense, like as loud as the stadium can get, give those guys some hesitation. They'll, probably get an offside on them. But, I mean, the offsides are tremendous, and obviously they're drive killers and all that. But the other thing it does is now the tackles are afraid to get off the ball a little bit. You got Ahmed and Jaden Virgin smoking by you. That puts a little pressure.
I mean, you're going to the sideline talking to your buddies about how loud it is and you can't hear anything, opposed to making the adjustment that you need. I mean, even just that little bit of getting out of what the game is itself and worried about the crowd. I mean, that's what helps.
Is that going to be, are we making too much of the crowd, or is that going to be a big time factor?
I'm glad you said that, because the quarterback who couldn't find Boise on the map, so he needs to go back to high school. He said communication is the key to this offense. Okay, he let anybody who's watching or listening to this, he let the cat out of the bag. Be loud, because if they can't communicate in that offense, they're going to slow it down to make sure they're right. So it's going to cause less snaps, and the defense could see formations faster, things like that. So be loud, don't let them communicate, and watch this offense just start sputtering.
Winston, final thing before we let you go, kind of finish up the way we started with you, but just as a former player, someone that's been here for this long, and seen this program rise, just what is the final feeling for you? Just how close this program is to making the playoff championship game at home. I mean, it's just got to be as an alumni like yourself that's been here as a player and a coach, it's got to be pretty cool to see the program reach this point.
Yeah, BJ, I'll probably keep it pretty simple, man. I'm just super proud of these guys. I think that's it, man. I think awesome to see them capitalizing and capturing this time and making it their own. And I was actually able to speak to the team in January before this whole season got rolling, and being able to be a part of that and connect with those guys and see where they're finishing off. It's awesome. And as an alum, as one of the bigger brothers, couldn't be more proud of these guys.
I know the very first practice Spencer ran, I saw you out there on the blue. Don't think that was a coincidence, but only 1 year ago, and yesterday or the day before, I mean, he got hired. I mean, it's been 1 year since, in like 3 days. 1 year ago yesterday, Ashton Jeanty sent out his tweet saying he was coming back 1 year ago yesterday. You think about 1 year and the turmoil of last year, and to now be where this program is. I mean, it's pretty incredible, the 1 year run that this program's had.
Oh, it's leadership. It starts at the top with Jeremiah Dickey, Spencer, the coordinators, all the way down, and then the players really investing in the leadership of the team, guys like Tubner, Maddox, Ashton for sure. Ashton, I think is a little bit more vocal now that he's a senior, but I mean, when the best player on your entire team is like the best dude on the team, like taking care of guys and all that, it doesn't just set it up for this year, it sets it up for years to come. And no different than, going back to Winston and Kellen Moore and Ryan Dinwiddie and Brock Forsey and Quentin Michael, guys like that. I mean, when your best players are your best guys in terms of how to prepare, how to work, what the requirements are, what the standards are, makes it easy.
And maybe this is more for a post-game discussion, but if they win the game. But I mean, you walk in that building and you see the murals and the team photos and the trophies. I mean, I don't think it's like hyperbole, whatever. If this team wins this game tonight, they become one of those teams that 20 years from now we're going to be talking about as one of the teams that took Boise State to the next level. I mean, there's a lot riding on this.
I agree, 100%. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and we don't know what the next level is even necessarily. I mean, it could be, I mean, there's I'm just saying, college football's still in a state of change, and we don't know what the divisions, conferences, any of that stuff looks like 5 years from now. And so you better be on the top of it when that happens, because if you're on the bottom, you're going to get left out.
Well, the team's getting ready to come for the Bronco Walk. I got some more stuff for you guys. We got some other guests. Winston, thanks, man. Appreciate
it. Thanks for having me. I'll be watching this game. Go Broncos.
Dale wants his gloves back.
Hey, I love the jacket.
I love the jacket too. Mine's a little different than yours, but that's all right.
Yours is, yeah.
We appreciate it. Winston Venable, best in the business. Hey, want to tell you about a couple of our sponsors, Western Collective, the Horseshoe Golden Ale. Check them out, the Horseshoe Golden Ale from Western Collective. And again, the Orange Chaos Seltzer, the Golden Ale beer, both available here at Albertsons Stadium. And you can get, you help raise some money for the Horseshoe Collective when you purchase from them. So check them out at Western Collective. RowPaint.com, our title sponsor, ROEPaint.com. Check them out, RowPaint.com, our title sponsor. You heard Andy Rowe. They got the giveaway coming, so make sure you follow them on social media to win a free makeover, including that floor coating from our title sponsor at RowPaint.com. Just check them out on social media. Bronco Nation News is on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and follow on YouTube, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News, and Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Check them out. Idaho Central Credit Union, the best in the business. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest is that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. So check them out, Idaho Central Credit Union, online, ICCU.com. Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher. Check him out, BauscherRealEstate.com. We appreciate his support of Bronco Nation News. And when you buy a home or sell a home from Matt and his team, everybody in the picture there is part of the process. So very appreciative and thankful for Matt and his team. Check them out online at BauscherRealEstate.com. Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. Shopridleys.com. Check them out. Locations across the state of Idaho and the surrounding states. Check them out online at shopridleys.com. We do have the Bronco Walk. The team's getting ready to come through, but let's hear from some folks talking about Ashton Jeanty at the press conference. We'll get you the Bronco Walk footage here in just a second, but here's what the commissioner, what UNLV, what Boise State is saying about Ashton Jeanty heading into this game.
What a special player. One, watching him is just amazing. And having such a high profile early on and maintaining it throughout the season, that too is also very special. A lot of times you see names start high and maybe disappear, or vice versa. They come to their own in the end of the season. He has just been a stalwart through the entire thing and really has raised the profile of everything that is happening at Boise State and in the Mountain West.
Just to follow up on that, to have him on national television, prime time tomorrow, how does that help the visibility of the Mountain West in terms of people wanting to watch it? And then do you think he should win the Heisman Trophy this year, for that matter?
Of course, I absolutely think he should win the Heisman. And again, to your point, being on a national carrier like Fox, having that exposure and being the championship game that folks are watching because of the impact on CFP selection is such an important part about having the expanded playoff. And we are very fortunate to have both teams in this game have a chance at getting in the field.
You look at Ashton, and we feel like he's one of the premier, if not the best player in college football. And the way that they play, the way they find ways to feature him and run the ball, they're great up front. We understand the challenge. We understand the opportunity of that. We also know every time he touches the ball, he's got a chance for it to be a home run. So it takes great collective defense. You've got to have tremendous gap integrity. Once you get a chance to put your pads on or touch, you got to get him down, and then you got to populate the ball. So as soon as you relax and think that he's down, he ends up finding a way and finishing a run. So it'll be a tremendous challenge, one that our guys have worked really, really hard, not only just this week in the prior game that we played, but then also in the offseason on how we built our roster. A lot of it had to do with try to get in a position to be in this game, and then how can we go win a game of this magnitude. So there's been a lot of time and effort and sweat equity put into it. Our guys are excited about the opportunity. We understand that it's going to take all 11 guys and whoever's on the field to do a great job to try to contain and stop them.
Yeah, he's obviously an incredible player. But, I mean, we go to work every week. It's no different. We know that our coaches are going to put together a great game plan, which they have this week. Then it's, up to us to be gap sound and then wrap them up. Once you wrap them up, don't let go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I am the best player in the country. I've put that, on notice every single week. And it's just the same thing. I take it week by week. And if I'm picked to win, then I will win. But my focus right now is going out and, playing my best football for my teammates, coaches, and winning the championship. Yeah, I mean, they pressure, they, twisted with the D-line. And I think really just for us, it was, IDing the fronts and the run game and just hitting our pitches. So we didn't do a great job at doing that. And, usually runs that, we'd break and I slipped on a run. So if we just do what we do better, then we'll be able to, execute in the run game. Yeah, Coach D's been saying it all week, doing what we do better. We've seen them already, we've played them already, so that's to our advantage. We know what they're gonna do, but we didn't play our best game when we played against them, and we're gonna play our best game tomorrow against them. And yeah, they're a physical team, but this program has been built on being the most physical, dominant team, and we will show that tomorrow.
All right, we are back live here at the James. We got a lot going on. The team is walking by. We're going to get some footage here of the Bronco walk and get that playing for you. Riddle, Brad, they saw some parents, folks they know, so we got a lot going on here, but we are getting the videos coming through here. What's that, Ridge? What? On the cord there. All right. There's our man, Brad Bedell. We're live. That's all right. We are live outside Albertsons Stadium. We're going to get the Bronco walk. Brad, when you saw some parents over there, just the emotions of the team walking in, you've been a part of that Bronco walk. Just what's kind of when you see some of the parents, you see the players, you're up close for this Bronco walk, probably first time for you in a while. Kind of what comes to mind there?
A lot of good memories. This place has recruited good kids. And that young man right there probably didn't go his way. He was a good football player, solid backup. But he's graduated from Boise State. You good? He's going to graduate from Boise State, go on to be a fireman. And that's actually, Red, you sat in their living room just as much as I did.
Yep.
And for him to have this experience and top this off, and just knowing that when there's still kids that we help put in this school, and you're proud of them and the parents and it never fails how proud and how appreciative the parents are that their children got to come to Boise State.
Absolutely. And
I don't think people realize there are a number of these players that were here in the Harsin era. I mean, they've had to go through 3 head coaches, everything that happened last year. And for some of these guys like a Tubner or some of these 5th, 6th year guys that do get to experience this tonight, I mean, it's been a up and down emotional type road for them. And it's got to be pretty cool tonight for those guys.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool for everybody. It's just all the trials and tribulations you go through. Like, it's going to make every one of them a better person down the road, all the different things they've done. But, I think they're just they get to this point, and it's like, hey, all the hard work, it's paying off. And they know it's not over yet. Still got to keep going. So,
yeah. But I told Ruben, they were about a lot of tears in mom's eyes when they know it's over.
No doubt.
And a lot of things like my parents, when they went to all of my games, is the parents get to be so close as well, and it just makes a family. It's a family. It's a Boise family.
I'm getting the Bronco walk loaded in here. We'll play this shortly. But what's it been like for the team today? Like what's a game day? I mean, we just saw this. What have they been doing? Just maybe set the stage here for fans in terms of what the last couple hours have been like. And
even though the last game was at 10 a.m., I mean, they're used to playing Friday nights. They're used to playing Saturday nights. So they probably got up 8:30, somewhere in there, had breakfast, probably about 9.
Yep.
Lighter breakfast, little walkthrough after that. Back to the room to, kind of go through some last stuff. Some of the guys study, some guys nap, some guys are watching Real Housewives or whatever. I mean,
below deck on Bravo.
they're just relaxing for a few minutes because we were making fun with Winston, but you seriously, you can't peak too early. Like you start trying to
no doubt
get hyped up at 11 this morning.
Walkthroughs
done by the end of the night.
Probably a long walkthrough.
Yeah. So then they probably had another walkthrough, pregame meal, quick clap session, and then on to the next. Yeah.
Dylan Riley's dad coming over here saying hello,
up,
man.
How you doing?
Hey, grab a mic, man. Grab a mic. Come on, man. We'll put you on for a second. We got Dylan Riley's dad wanted to stop by and come on for a second. You got to back up.
How y'all fellas doing today? Is we on over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This
way. This way. Turn it.
I don't know what. It's cold.
It's a little chilly. Yeah.
You're steaming. You're steaming. You're steaming.
All right, we're getting you out to go
my
this way.
son feel my energy. Believe me. He feel my energy. I can't even wear my glasses.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't know. I've never met you. What's your name? sir?
Willie Riley.
All right, man. It's an honor to have you on here. We got Kent and Brad, 2 former coaches at Boise State here.
Oh, yeah.
What's it like as a dad of a player here, man, getting ready for this championship?
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Ain't nothing like it, man. This is what we came here for.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you come
this
here
is it.
To be a champion, right?
This is it. Yeah. Hey, in the cold weather, we here. Hey, everybody call me Chill for short, but this is my kind of weather. Yeah. This is it. This is it.
He's got the logo gear and everything.
Hey,
I love it.
Oh, yeah. This
I like
is
that.
brand right here. D2X stand for Determined to Excel.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's he, how's he liking this year, man, for a freshman to come in and do what he's done? It's been pretty cool.
Man, and he loving it, man. He loving it. Ever since the visit, he came out and we had a good time. And he just was like, this is like home, Dad. I'm here, And I was like, I'm right here with you. Hey, I'm the biggest fan. I feel like that. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm here, man. It's beautiful. It's a learning curve, from high school to come to college, it's a lot different, The
faster you figure out it's a learning curve, the faster it goes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then for me too, as a father, I'm used to seeing my son out there playing all the time. Like, I had to slow myself down a little bit, and start understanding. And I'm learning. I watch y'all show every morning.
Don't hey, because he's frustrated. You can't be frustrated.
No. Hey, I'm frustrated and he's not. Like that. Yeah.
Well, he's got a pretty good guys learning from right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it, man. Hey, it ain't nothing like it. The coaches here, they good. I love everybody.
I'm trying to remember kind of when he committed with the coaching change last year and all that, but what was it kind of like with Coach D taking over? And
well, actually, when who was that? Avalos was here. He committed when Avalos was here. And then when Avalos got fired, he kind of like opened the door back up a little bit, and we had Nebraska. They was knocking on the door. I'm gonna say this: Nebraska said, "Tell Boise we said thank you for finding him for us." So after he committed to Boise,
happens a lot.
Nebraska was like, "Oh, wait a minute, get this guy here," And I was like, we'll open the door a little bit, but we kind of waited, see what was going to happen, When Coach D got the job, it was a sealed deal. Like, it was locked in at that point because we didn't know if the coaching staff was going to change, because they try to say a lot about, fall in love with the school, not the coaches. But when you got the coaches are the ones who communicating with us all the time. Yeah, you're right. So those are the ones that we build that connection with. Mm-hmm. So to not know that any of those guys are going to be here is kind of like, kind of hard.
When it ends up being literally no turnover, Coach Montgomery's still here. All that. I mean, made it easy, right?
It was a sealed deal, locked and loaded. Hey, and then what a lot of people don't know is Sire Gaines and Dylan Riley played together when they were youth. When they were youth football, 12U, they played at the Moreno Valley Falcons together. So those two brothers right there, to come to college together, they was a mess. They was hard to deal with in the youth. Between the both of them, like lightning and thunder, boy, I'm telling you.
And with Jeanty moving on, it's going to be a lot of opportunities available here.
All I can say is just keep watching. Keep watching.
He's been getting some action in the return game. I don't know what you thought coming in. A lot of times freshmen don't get to see the field. I mean, what's it been like in him earning a spot in some key spots here?
Beautiful. We expected for him to get red-shirted, really not to seem too much. But, through all of the injuries and little things going on, it kind of like moved him up a little bit. And, being out there at practice, they start seeing a little bit more of his talents that he have. Because during youth, he went both ways. He was defense, offense. He was an outside linebacker when we was in youth. He never came off the field, But when he got to high school, I said they were spoiling him because they never wanted him to play defense. They were so amazed at his running ability that they were like, no, he's running back. He's running back. He's not going both ways. Like, no. And I was like on the sidelines, like mad. Like that was my hype just to see him knock the noodle. We used to call them noodle knockers. You know? Him and Sayer, they noodle knockers. Boy, I tell you, boy, they lay that hat like it ain't nothing, you know. And, you know, it's just been beautiful, man, this whole time coming out, getting the full experience. I brought my mom out, what was it, 2 weeks ago we came out. Was it 2 weeks ago? Maybe 3 weeks. The last home game we had. I don't know. Anyway, my mom, she came out, and we went from seeing like maybe 150 people in the stands, you know, at a high school game to coming and seeing 37,000. Like, I'm like, Mama, look. And she was just like, wow. Like, she was amazed. Like, he in the NFL already. You know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful, man. Ain't nothing like it, man.
And you never know where he could go, where he could end up, how it's going to go. And here you are, one win away from seeing your son play in the college football playoff.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. hey. And then, like, my wife, it's our wedding anniversary tomorrow, December 7th.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, I appreciate it, guys. It'll be 22 years. I told my son, I need a kick return for a wedding anniversary.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Come on now. He said, Dad, I don't know. They might kick it over my head. I said, well, give me some tackles on kick return, on kickoff. Give me some tackles.
Something.
Yeah,
something.
Big play. Just a big play. That's it.
Change the momentum.
Set the tone.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey, I swear I got my phone set at 8 o'clock. My alarm go off every morning. Then I watch the Brad Bedell and what's my other guy? Dang, I can't think of his name right now.
You got Tuss, you got Johnny, you got
Johnny in the ball.
There you go. Yeah.
You and Johnny.
Yeah.
Man. And then
We
you
finally found somebody that likes watching Johnny. All right.
Hey, Johnny and Mike Prater. Mike
Yep.
Prater is my guy. That's my guy. Hey, me and Mike Prater, we've been messaging each other back and forth on Twitter every now and then.
They're around here and they gave you $20 to say that or something.
Oh, no.
They're actually doing their show right down there.
Hey.
You should go down there and say hello to them.
Hey, I will when I get ready to go that way.
Yeah.
I've been telling them ever since, you know, the beginning before he came, because he was running track and he didn't get to come early. So I was like, man, you know, he's coming. He was like, okay, he's coming. I'm like, wait till you get there. You see that speed, boy. I tell him it looks like he's running in the Matrix, the way he's running. I mean, when you see him on TV, when I watch him on TV, it looks like everybody's standing still and he's the only person moving. Like, and he's always like one person away from busting loose. Like one person. Like, I agree. Oh, I thought he was gonna get another one in that Wyoming game, like, but then he dropped it. I was like, oh, son, like, no. Like,
well, no, he didn't drop it. It went right off that. The offensive guy just hit him right in that elbow, that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Just jarred it loose.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See, I get a little better view than me. Like, it'd be hard for me sometimes.
But you know what? I hate to say this. The hole was wide open.
I don't know why he was that close to that dude. That don't me.
Oh my God. Oh man, I'm telling you. Oh, I love it. I love it, dog.
Well, it's good day for a bounce back, right?
Oh yeah.
Get one.
Oh yeah. Let's
Opening
go.
kickoff to the house sounds pretty good.
Hey, I told him, let's get the first one. Let them kick the ball to us first. I just want him to touch it.
Yeah.
Touch it. Hey, I know UNLV, they ain't ready for this. They ain't ready for this weather. This is different. I'm from Cali. I'm close to where they at. This is different.
Is that gear for sale anywhere for fans? Or
You know what? This stuff I just made to come out to the game.
Okay.
So this is like some unseen
you
stuff.
need to get on that NIL and get that up on a website.
Oh
or
no,
something.
definitely.
Yeah, reach out to me. We'll help. We'll promote that.
Yeah, man. I'll send y'all all some gear and everything.
Okay.
Because I make all the gear myself.
Oh,
I do the custom apparel. Yeah, man. I'm big in my area. I take care of like the whole Inland Empire for the most part. I deal with a lot of youth sports in my area, and I deal with I'm a Moreno Valley School District vendor. So I deal with all the school and corporate stuff. Like, oh man, I love it. I got y'all.
The same thing.
Yeah, I got y'all, man. I got y'all. Hey, y'all sizes. What's y'all sizes, man? Y'all big guys, man.
We're not going to broadcast that. We'll talk off.
Hey, smart man right there.
Medium.
Yeah. I know you're lying.
Oh yeah, I'm lying.
Hey, man, we really appreciate everybody's loving you on the chat, man. We really appreciate you coming on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Soak this in tonight with the family and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I hope we got a Fiesta Bowl to talk about in a month, man.
Oh, come on now. Come on. Let's go, Jeanty. Let's go get them yards. I want Jeanty to get 250 on them. 250. Hey, we got our offensive line back together. Let's go get them.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, man.
Broncos, let's go get
Thanks
them.
so much, man, for coming by.
Great to meet you.
Dylan Riley's dad coming on. We appreciate it for stopping by.
Y'all have a good one.
Everyone's Riley's my new favorite player, somebody said. So oh man. Well, just a couple of minutes ago, there's Coach Barry Odom and UNLV making their way into Albertsons Stadium. Both teams have arrived. That was fun. That was fun.
That's awesome. That was awesome.
You talk about the relationship between players, parents, and coaches and all that. There's a dad of a freshman and wasn't sure what he was signing up for, and he comes here and could have gone somewhere else, and now he's about to watch his kid play in a Mountain West championship game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's really all about. That's why they're here. He said it. That's why we came here.
Yep, absolutely. Same thing from the other people I was talking to. You know, like, hey, this is why we came here. A chance to be a part of something like this. And, yeah, I mean, I think that one of the difference between UNLV and Boise State, and I don't know if this has a bearing on the game or not, but you come to a place like this expecting to be part of this.
Right.
You go to a place like that, you're hoping to be part of it.
Yep.
And they obviously they're going to have, probably some staff turnover, probably some player turnover.
Head guy could
some
be
of that. I mean, they could be.
I was going to ask you about that. We see the UNLV players right here walking in on the UNLV side. There's a lot of talk about Barry Odom possibly moving on. The OC is getting some interest as well. I saw what's that like as a
choose to stay there too? I mean,
but what's that
a pretty good thing?
Is that a distraction this week for them or the team or
no?
The agents handling that or what?
Yeah.
No,
those guys are professional.
Yeah. That locker room, they're professionals. They know what they're doing. And then the locker room, the players are talking. Hey, stop talking about that. We're going to Boise State.
Yeah.
We're going to go try to win it.
I can't imagine that's an issue now. I think one time, 20 years ago or something, when I think it was Miami or something, like it broke on text message or something. I think it was Erickson, maybe going to the Seahawks. But since then, I think all these guys they're used to rumors. Whatever, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. You can take Boise State on that question. Every year there's been rumors. I mean, every year. The head coach is gone. Every year. So, it's like those clowns at the UNLV podcast. They did over 40 minutes talking about Spencer Danielson could leave.
Yeah, I saw.
You need to talk about your own house, not this.
We're showing footage just moments ago. Boise State arriving here at the Bronco Walk at Albertsons Stadium.
Both teams are here.
Both teams made it.
Going to play.
Which that wasn't always the case a couple years ago. That was always crazy. I'm watching who's getting off the bus. Who's here? Who's okay? Shakir made it. Shakir's okay. Okay, here's here. There could be a book written about the COVID year at some point.
At some point, yeah, well, maybe there will be. I mean, you can't imagine the nightmare of who sits next to who in meetings, who can room together.
John Bates, can you play right tackle in the championship game?
Boise State, as I mentioned, showing up here at the stadium right now. But I had Dan Wetzel from Yahoo on. I think I talked to you, Brad, about this yesterday. But there's a thought that the championship game should not hurt you. If you're in the field right now, SMU, could they get bounced for Clemson? If you're going to, because they're playing a game that an Alabama doesn't have to play right now. Group of 5, it ain't going to happen, but Boise State at number 10 in the field, is there any chance if they lose this, they could still get in?
I don't think so. I don't. I think UNLV's in. I think they made that kind of clear. And I think they'll take them out. I don't know. The same thing. They dropped Miami bad when they lost to Syracuse. I know they're beating a ranked team, but you got the Clemson will have something to say about that. Another SEC team will have something to say about that. I wish it would happen, but I just don't think they're going to have a 2-loss Boise team in the play.
JL Skinner is going to be here in just a second. I just texted him. Yeah, JL Skinner's looking for us. He's here, so he's going to join us. What else are we not talking about with this game that we should be, or are we hyping anything up too big in terms of key matchups for this game or key areas where you think Boise State could have some success or be in trouble?
Well, I didn't hold up real quick, and you can ask this question. Is there You were at this game last year, right? He was here.
No, in Vegas.
Allegiant.
It was in Vegas.
Championship was in Vegas, 44-20.
Okay, so that's how far I'm not thinking. So the one thing about this is UNLV. These kids have been in this game, right?
Yeah,
but they have that experience just like a Boise team. Yep. But they haven't done it on the road.
True.
And so I think going on the road and with us here, we went 4 straight home. I think being home, just keeping that schedule is very important.
I agree.
I do think the cold plays a little factor at the start. We're going to talk about it, but once they settle in the game, you got a heated bench, jet heaters, you got everything else going.
Yeah. It's going to be balmy on the sideline.
It's going to be cold. But this is the other thing is I think you always want to say the most physical team wins. But when you put in a cold game and you can wear them down with long drives, keep that other side of the ball on the sideline, sit in front of it here. I do think the weather will play some part, not a big part. But the other thing is the age-old thing of I want to throw turnovers. They're always important, all that. I do think I think a fast start for Boise needs to be talked about a little bit harder than the weather.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Get the crowd behind you. Get up early. Get them rattled a little bit. Don't play from behind.
2 out of the last 3, they've had to play from behind.
I think the matchups, like in terms of personnel, don't let their best players beat us. Number 11, Ricky White, whether it's receiver or special teams.
Yep.
21. The
How rare is that 4 blocked kicks by one guy?
Yeah, it's pretty rare. Like Cam Hall or Chris Carr might have had somewhere near Billy Wingfield. Those guys were probably all on that. But yeah, keep
the quarterback in the pocket.
Yeah, keep their quarterback in the pocket, and then Boise offense. Like, don't let number 7 or 0 beat you. Like, those guys are good players, and every game, I mean, they create turnover. Like, don't let them hurt you.
What's harder defensively, when the QB kind of designed runs, or when he's just improvising and scrambling at the end?
I think it's the improvise.
Yeah, the improvise, because you could still fit the run. Like the problem with that is you're playing man behind, a quarterback takes off, he's wide open.
Yeah.
Zone, okay, you can make the tackle for 5, but you playing man and a quarterback gets out of the pocket, you're looking at 20, 30, 40 yards. So, I mean, like that first game, that first series, he got out twice for 20-plus yards.
Yeah.
So you got to keep him in the pocket. You got to keep him tackled. You got to get hits
Rush
on
lanes, got to be really.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it might be this game might be less about sacks and more about keeping him in the pocket. The first game, they obviously got the sacks.
6 sacks, yeah.
They may not get them. They may. I mean, it's that's whatever. But if we keep him in the pocket and make him throw 30 times, I like our chances.
I do too.
Now, Ricky White, they've done a pretty good job in 2 games of limiting him. What did they do? What can you do? And how much do you have to say, okay, yeah, he's great, but if we just put all our attention on him, they have some other good receivers and running backs that'll beat you too.
They're gonna do what they need to do.
I think mixing up single to double coverage, roll to him.
And take him away when he's when they try and isolate him as a single receiver, cheat that way a little bit. If he's their big guy in the red zone, take him away in the red zone. Things like that. Don't. It's not going to be every play, but it's going to be where they have been most effective with him that we need to take him away.
And is UNLV going to put him at different spots in the field to create some matchups on safeties?
Yeah,
that's another one. You got to look out for that. Like what a lot of San Jose did with their kid. They put him in some different positions formationally to create some matchups, to isolate some safeties and things like that.
Is there more pressure on the home team in a game like this?
Yeah, I think so. You?
I think both teams have a lot of pressure, and I don't think I don't know how you measure it.
I don't know. I think always stinging at home hurts.
I just feel like everyone just thinks, like Spencer said it, home game, everyone just expects you to win, and it always hasn't gone that way here. And more deals probably with tickets and friends and everything else. And
yeah, especially with you just don't lose here.
Yeah.
So it puts a little bit more pressure on you.
Yeah, I don't know.
JL's trying to find us. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he said he's on his way and he's nearby.
The thing is how many times is he getting stopped for something?
Jay Henney's supposed to be on the way too.
And I don't think JL has ever turned down not signing an autograph.
They're on a bye this week, I guess.
They are.
I hope so.
Yeah. Or he's about to break some news. Yeah, because Bo Nix went and saw his dad play a state title game in Phoenix City. in Alabama.
Rid, I know you always give me crap when I bring up my keys to the game, but
here we go.
How big will I hate. All right, I won't bring it
turnovers.
up. I was going to say, literally a Mountain West championship game on this field, you could say was lost because of special teams.
Absolutely.
How important, whether it's the return game, whether it's not letting them return, we saw Dalmas miss another field goal last week.
I would say we won one on here because of special teams too, though.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's
UNLV is a pretty good special teams team.
They are, and James Chabest, their special teams guy. We went against him when he was at Memphis. We were at Arkansas State.
There he is.
Like he's like a legit guy. He's had great special teams everywhere he goes. I would expect that to continue, but I also think our guys are up to the challenge. We've had some miscues, but those are all in the past. They haven't hurt us monumentally.
Hunter's playing really well right now.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it.
We got our special guest, JL Skinner, coming to join us live here. JL Skinner, former Boise State safety. He's raising the blue chaos flag tonight. Grab a mic, grab a seat here. Grab a mic, JL. JL Skinner, guys, stopping by, joining us live here as we get set for Boise State, UNLV. This guy's played in some championship games and things. Grab a mic there, JL. Welcome back to town, man. How's it going?
It's going good, man. I'm excited. First, I've been a fan, so I'm excited.
Lots of pressure, though.
I'm really excited, man.
Lots of pressure because you got to get these people hyped.
Yeah,
you got to get that flag.
Got to get the flag going. The decibel's right, so I'm excited. I'll make sure I do it right, though. So I've been practicing a little bit,
Couldn't
too.
ask for a better guy to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, man.
Don't do it too early, man. You got to make sure they're.
Make sure it's
some
early,
of these guys run right up to the flag. You got to.
I'm going to make sure it's
get them.
I think it's a cold game. You played here. It would go, we're going shirts off. I think you should do it in skins.
Hey, man, that's the guy that make him do it with you. Make him
you gotta do it. You gotta do it with me.
Nobody wants to see me
do that. Yeah,
nobody wants to see me.
Nah, man, you gotta be in the cold with me. I do it with you. No, sir. You gotta do it with me.
What did that mean to you when they called you or somebody reached out and said they wanted you to do that?
Man, it was exciting. Whenever I play here, you always see like the former players, guys who made a great impact coming back and doing that. So I was just really excited, honored, and I was like, man, of course, I'm not gonna say no, so let's do it. I'm excited.
Well, it's fun. It's awesome. I know what it means to all those guys in the locker room to have one of the guys that came through here, worked his ass off, and then having the success you're having playing the league. Like they look up to you, and to have you back here supporting them. And I know there's a bunch of other guys that be here if they could. Avery.
Yeah,
he
could.
Shows up every.
I got lucky. I had a bye week at this perfect week. Like I just got lucky that I had a bye week, the championship week. So I'm like, man, I can't miss it. Plus, I haven't been to a game before. I haven't seen the blue lights or anything before. So I'm really
gonna
excited.
love that.
What's it like trying to do your thing in the NFL, but still try to watch the games and follow the team when you can?
Shoot, man, we have a watch party every Saturday. We're always watching. So whether it's at the dinner, the team dinner, or it's on my phone, we're always watching. And I've always been locked in. I've always been in tune ever since I left. I just keep it sometimes quiet because we got to play on Sunday, But besides that, it's been a great time. We always watch as a whole team in the Broncos, too. So it's good to have them supporting our guys here. So it's real nice for sure.
Probably not surprised to see what Coach D is doing.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm not surprised at all, man. As soon as I saw it, this success they had last year, and then coming into this year, I already knew the type of man that they had hired, so I was really excited for this program. And this, his first year, technically, is doing the things that he's doing. I'm really excited for it. Nothing but going up for sure.
No doubt.
What's the NFL like, man?
It's fun. I say it's fun for sure, man. It's different in college, but, it's a lot more, I say, detail-oriented for sure. A lot
how
more
about
detail.
the growth you guys have had this year? Starting the season a little bit on a low note. And now you guys are playing as well as anybody in the NFL.
Honestly, man, it's just believing in the guys in the building. That's why I say for us, we believe in the guys in the building, and we always knew what we had all along. So it's just, finding that chemistry, building. We're a young team, so figuring out those young kinks and growing up together, I say it was something that was really important for us, and we've been doing a good job with it for
DJ
sure.
keeps talking about special teams. I know you've been balling on teams.
Yeah, man.
A couple fumble recoveries.
Yeah, that stuff's fun, man. That stuff is fun. It's something that goes
up decent here. Right?
Yeah, that's what it was, man. It's crazy how when I was here, they made special teams such a big emphasis, but some people don't really know about it too much coming in the league, but how important it is. So it's been fun, go out there, cut it loose. You don't really have necessarily too much scheme. You're just having fun out there. So I love it. I love it for sure.
These guys will be ready to go on teams today, won't they?
They got to be, man. You know, that wins or lose games, man. Wins or lose games.
What's your favorite memory on the blue, man? You got a favorite game or something where the crowd was extra hyped, or what comes to mind when you think back to your time out there, man?
Oklahoma State, probably, even though we lost, you know, that was probably one of the loudest.
Actually won that game.
Yeah, it was one of the loudest I heard, you know, Boise.
Still showing that hit on game day.
Yeah, you know, that was a fun time, even though they took away my little fumble recovery too. You know,
that's right.
It was still pretty loud.
You don't remember that?
It was still loud. Yeah, it was all right though. But besides that, man, honestly, you know, probably my last year too, playing on the championship here. You know, that was a memory that, you know, many people don't get to play a championship at home. So I was set that I didn't get the mission accomplished how I wanted to, but it was a fun time for sure.
Who are you still close with on the team?
Everybody. Yeah, everybody. I mean,
I saw you dapping them all up.
Yeah,
and stuff. I mean, does it feel like? What's it feel like? You still feel like you're right there, part of this team?
I mean, I feel like I'm just the guy outside looking in, living through them. You know, they're a special team, special group, so I'm kind of living, you know, my dream when I was here through them, and it's real fun to have them, watch them going through that process. So I feel like I'm a part of it for sure because of the brotherhood, but man, they earned that. That's all them for sure.
And to be one game from the playoff, I mean, for this team, I'm sure you would have loved to have that opportunity. Now they got this new 12-team playoff, like to see the boys maybe get to make some history here. What are you thinking?
I think it's special, man. You know, I look at them as one of the special teams in, you know, history of Boise State just because of the new format and the opportunity that they do have, you know, going to that new playoff. So, I mean, I'm excited for them, man. I really am. And, you know, just finish the job today and see what happens from there on and just play out our cards for sure.
You like the cold games? You probably get plenty of them in Denver, man.
I'm be honest with you, don't really. I'm used to it now. So like right now, I'm pretty chill. Like as long as I got
these
gloves,
a freshman from San Diego, though.
Freshman year, freshman year, I might not even want to play. I'm not gonna. I might have been.
You were all about $150.
Yeah, I was light too, man. I felt every bit of wind hitting me and everything. So but now you know I got these little gloves, so I feel all right. I'm not bad. But before freshman year, yeah, no, you would have. I would have had a hard time out here for sure. Not bad right now though. It's not bad.
You mentioned the light show, the new sound system, the new scoreboard. I mean, they keep pushing this thing, man. It's got to be pretty cool to come back and see, even in a couple of years, the difference.
I mean, I still haven't seen it yet, so I'm intrigued. I've heard my Uber rides talk about it. Everybody talk about it, so I'm intrigued to see it tonight and see how it goes.
You'll be down there on the field, right?
Oh yeah, hopefully, man. I'll be down there. I mean, I plan
know some people, right?
Yeah.
Once he gets down there to raise the flag, there's no way they're getting him off.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I might be so locked in. I might need some shoulder pads at that point. Now I'll be so locked in.
Keeping the boys hype, but
yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
But the from the field, like you're gonna love the light show. I mean, it's gonna be an NFL type environment. Like,
I mean, I saw videos of it, man. I'm tired of the videos. I'm here to see it in person now, though. So I'm excited.
Yeah, once
man.
that starts going, just stay off the field. No
I'll make
sideline.
sure. No sideline. I'll make sure I'm real back, man. Real back.
What is the talk, you know, amongst other NFL players about Boise State? And I'm sure you talk plenty of trash.
Oh man, you know I've been talking a lot of trash, and it feel good because man, I asked somebody where they school ranked, and you know they not ranked. I'm sitting here like, man, you know where we're
You didn't
at.
have to lose any bets.
You know, hey,
you have to wear anybody else's gear.
I feel good. Not one. Not one. The only one that caught me close to the Oregon game. Besides that, I'm not worried about that, man. It was a good year, man. I would love bragging in that locker room.
Apparently your mom's calling you out on Twitter though. Somebody said that you forgot to bring her on the trip. She's not happy.
Yeah, we need mama here.
Come on, now what happened? That's not.
What happened was
what happened.
Number one fan.
What happened was I came here like just on the last minute, like okay, I got a bye week, I'm gonna come. Man, you know they had all season to come to a game.
Did you?
They get mad at me for not bringing. I'm like, man,
You did let her know you were coming, or is she just finding out right as we speak?
She found out about like a couple hours. Man,
I'm sorry, Mom.
I got a call from her and my dad, like, man, where you at? I'm like, oh, y'all found out.
Pretty hard not to.
Man, so, I make sure I get him out here for a game, man. I just didn't. They had all season, so I'm like, man, I just think it was too cold for them, man. It's like 30 degrees out here. It's like, come on now.
The way you guys are playing, I don't think you're going to get to another one this year because you're still going to be playing.
Yeah, we're going to be playing
whenever this ends.
Sure.
But yeah,
I'm excited.
Maybe
man,
next year.
Next year, bye week again. I'll make sure I'm here. We'll make sure it happens.
When Pops comes back, he has to wear the suit though.
Oh yeah, he's a staple now. Yeah, he's a staple. That suit.
He's more famous in the crowd sometimes than you probably were, man.
Yeah, I know. Man, popping out. Shoot, I see it. Yeah, but he has that little suit in Denver too. People know about it as well.
If you had If Spencer gave you 30 seconds before the game to talk to the team, man, what would you say? What's that final pump-up message?
Final pump-up is, man, I left every championship game with a little bit of regret. Like, man, I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have, like, you leave those plays out there where you wish you would have did. Make sure you don't leave those at all. Just make sure there's no play you wish you would have made. If you think you can make it, go make it. Because at the end of the day, you don't get another shot after this. This is for all the money right here. It's for all the marbles. So this is it for sure.
The competitor you are, is it going to be hard watching from the sidelines tonight?
I mean, honestly, it's going to be hard watching, but it's not going to be that hard at the same time. It's like I said, man, I lived through those guys now. So seeing the success they're having, seeing guys like the young guys ball that I even was underneath me whenever I came underneath my wing, I tried to teach some things. It's fun. I love it. So
it's also a little easier to know you're playing next Sunday.
I get a feeling.
I'm playing next
I'm going to step out for a second here because the offensive guys aren't safe. Right
we got Mr. Jerron Johnson in the house.
You gotta have him interview now.
What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you.
I'll stand.
Hey, you sit there.
Red, you go right here. Take this.
Got it, man. Have a seat for a second. Here we go.
We got JL and Jerron. Like, there's no way. There's receivers. There's receivers that we've played against that are scared right now. Nobody wants to come across the middle right now.
Oh, man. No, it's a bad sight.
I hurt myself right about
Hey, yeah, two of the best to ever do it here. These guys really set the standard, and yeah, thanks for coming by.
No doubt, man. You called me right before I took off. Man.
Yeah. What
I've been at President of Greatness, man. President of Greatness. It's the one right here.
Hey, you
got to give one good JL story.
Their fantasy y'all working for me on fantasy, man. Tell the boy Pat Surtain and all
that dude, huh?
Man,
that's that dude, man. Yeah, he's doing that thing.
But JL, man, he just was eager to be good. My time around him.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be great. Loved the game of football, you could tell. So he played that way, he played physical. And,
so did you, right? Set that standard.
I love the physicality part of it, man. He reminded me a lot of he has George's size, obviously.
Yeah.
He reminded me a lot of George, man, and how George studied the game and just was a student of the game and how hard they worked. So and it's paying off now, like for year 2, right? Yeah, year 2, man, on a great team. Looked like he go get his first experience in the playoffs.
Man, we got to get there.
Yeah, so you guys are looking good, man. But always love even Jeremy McNichols, what he's doing, his resurgence up.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love seeing Boise State guys make plays. Alexander's doing well in not Oakland, in Vegas. So I love seeing just Boise guys
all those
do well.
guys, right?
Everyone. I love seeing them make plays at the next level.
How's what are your thoughts on the game today?
Oh, we come in and hand out some blue carpet treatment, man. I need Jeanty to climb a little higher in that. I think it's top 4, top 5 right now.
He got like 100.
Yeah,
he gets 100 yards.
He can pass Marcus Allen, right? Yeah. I think he can have a big enough game to pass up about 2 or 3 guys on that list. So come out. It's freezing out here.
Yeah.
I just 70 degrees in LA.
We ain't gonna keep you long.
No, I'm good. It was 70 degrees in LA. In Vegas, they're used to playing.
Maybe got me right.
Oh. Come out here on the blue, man. We had out some blue carpet treatment. It's cold.
Yeah. What else?
Oh no, I just bought these Albertsons.
Nothing but the finest.
I had to get stuff in my hands.
I would have brought you a pair. Could have got you some from Dale, maybe.
Yeah, I gotta go visit Dale right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
No
he ain't
doubt.
gonna give you nothing, but you can try to
tell you
visit
what,
with
they're
him.
not passing out those sunglasses.
Dale looks good, man.
Dale looks cinchy, man.
Put it on, man. Yeah, he put it
Yeah.
on.
Just a little bit, man.
How about never played in a championship game, right? Because they didn't exist.
We didn't have one. It was just based off record.
Obviously, some big games in Fiesta Bowl, all that stuff, all the stuff that's on the line. That's something I think's come up all week long here. Is what kind of pressure these guys playing under this game, and I think the answer we've tried to give is
work with your.
They've been playing under pressure every game.
Yeah, I mean, the Boise State motto and the attitude is every week's a championship week. So I'm sure Spence had these guys fired up, ready to go, man. And, you come to Boise for games like this. This
Absolutely.
is what you come to Boise State for. So the pressure, it should be no pressure. This is what you signed up for when you came to Boise, and now you have your moment and go capitalize the season.
Absolutely. What have you been back for games since
no,
have you seen the new light show and
I've seen it on TV,
Yeah.
but not in person. So
wait till you experience it. It's big time. I'm telling you, this atmosphere is like playing it in the NFL or at LSU or maybe
It was
obviously
always-
not as many people, but
it was always special being on the blue, man, with the crowd and the energy it brought you. So I mean, you add a light show to it, I guess it makes it more Hollywood and magnify it more, man.
yeah, well, get the people fired up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's
no
all,
doubt, no
that's all that matters. The guys are already ready to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what are you guys seeing as like the things that stand out to you about this team? As you've been watching all year.
I mean, the obvious, we got the Heisman candidate. The
That's a great
obvious,
point.
Jeanty,
That was a very BJ
that
question.
D-line,
Sorry.
that D-line, man, those guys are hunting. They're getting a lot of pressure, a lot of sacks. And just, with that O-line and with Jeanty, you got to credit the whole offense because everybody's running and blocking for him. What he's able to do and things that they're able to accomplish. And we're talking about Kellen was up for the Heisman, but I think he was like the third or fourth in votes.
Yep.
You got a guy who's gonna either be one or two, which
Winner.
is a big milestone and big accomplishment.
And he's gonna have a lot of eyes on him tonight. So
yeah,
chance to win a few more votes, hopefully.
eyes are on you to show the table is set, man, and big time players show up in big time moments. I expect a big game from Jensen.
Anthony said everybody with LEDs has a light show, even San Jose, but it's a little different when the stadium's full, right?
Yeah, a little different.
Well, you actually
Actually good.
winning.
Yeah, you're actually good.
I've seen a lot of good light shows of people sitting on their butts too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of light shows where the stadium empty too.
Yeah, exactly.
Light show when other teams scoring on you or something.
Yeah.
Good. Well, hey, I don't want to hold you guys up. You know, you guys are in town a short time. Let you get out of here, see the people. So we appreciate you.
Oh, yeah,
Appreciate it, guys.
Anything
Really,
else?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Nah,
man.
man, go Broncos, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Go Broncos, go Broncos.
didn't,
Both Broncos too.
Don't want to hold your time.
No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right, we are still live here on the pregame show. We'll see. All right, I had to get Elliot Hoyt on for a minute here. Come on, Elliot. Elliot, just give us a 1 minute pump up
How we
speech,
doing?
man. Elliot Hoyt, former player. What years were you here?
2012 to 16.
2012 to 16. All right, man. How you feeling? Championship game.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling very confident. These guys are going to have their you-know-what heart. They're going to come out and they're going to smack these guys in the mouth. I can guarantee it.
Any memories? Any championship game memories? 14 maybe come to mind for you?
Yeah, I think it was 10 years ago today, actually. A picture came up on my Facebook timeline today of me, Sam McCaskill, and Rob Ash in the locker room. Those gray hats. It seems like a distant memory, but yeah, I got that memory for sure, yeah.
What's up, Red? 2014, man. 10
Yeah,
years.
2014, 10 years is crazy. A lot has changed since then.
And-
a lot has changed.
And you guys knew if you won that game, you were going to the Fiesta Bowl. It was pretty much set. So what for these guys knowing they're going to the playoff if they win this game? What's that like?
I think it's different nowadays. These guys, there's a lot more media engagement, I think, now than there was back in the day for us. We took it week by week. These guys, you can't avoid it. You see it everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. All over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So, yeah, I think that they know what's going on. They know there's what's on the line here. There's two things on the line, Heisman and a championship. So,
How you feeling, man? You feel pretty good about their chances tonight?
yeah, I do. I know UNLV are a solid team. It could go their way, but I doubt it. Our fans are angry too. You've seen Twitter. Everyone's talking about Albertsons Stadium isn't that busy. Albertsons Stadium isn't that loud. That's a lie, and you know it. Well, they're about to find out if they
It's
don't.
already hopping out here, man. It's gonna be
it
fun, man. Stay warm, man.
Hey, thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
me.
coming by, man.
Thank you.
There he is, Elliot Hoyt. Appreciate him for jumping on real quick. TheSpaTeam.com, Snake River Pool and Spa, patio and game. Locations in Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. Check them out, part of the Boise State home team, TheSpaTeam.com. Lithia Ford of Boise, check them out as well. All-wheel drive sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. You're looking for a vehicle right now is a perfect time at Lithia Ford of Boise. The weather is getting colder. The ice, the snow, it's coming. Make sure you're ready at Lithia Ford of Boise. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. Check them out. the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, TacoBellWorks.com. We appreciate them, and they're hiring if you're looking for a job. The food is great as well. Check them out, TacoBellWorks.com. Transportation Compliance Service. Get into the trucking industry today. Check them out, TranscomService.com. The Blue and Orange Store, Ashton Jeanty gear. If you need any, check it out at the Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. Your Ashton Jeanty gear, you can make sure you pick it up at theblueandorangestore.com. And Ahmed Hassanin, maybe tonight's the night as we get ready for our final thoughts and then get out of here. Ahmed Hassanin, Kent Riddle, be a nice night for that 91-cent coffee or fountain drink.
91-cent Diet Coke on Monday.
That would be nice to get that. And we'll probably feeling pretty good if Breezy can get the bundle tonight.
No question. I'll be honest. I mean, that'd be awesome. I'd love to get the all the touchdowns go to Ashton tonight. So, yeah. I'm on board with your plan.
We'll take some post-game voicemails on the Signature Roofing voicemail line, covering our community for more than 2 decades. Signature Roofing. Check them out at mysignatureroofing.com. Whether it's a re-roof or repair, inspection, estimate, they got you covered. Check them out online at mysignatureroofing.com. We will have a full post-game show. We're going to have our man Mike Sanford kick it off. We're going to have Brad and Kent jump on. We'll send back some video interviews. Hopefully, Spencer Danielson raising the trophy tonight. Guys, your final thoughts is it starts to – we're about 90 minutes from kickoff here, 95 minutes. I think the actual kickoff is 6:09 tonight is the actual kickoff. But there's a feel, there's a vibe, and like I said, people have been waiting around here for a long time for a game like this.
Yeah, it is. It's electric down here. I mean, you can feel it. Part of it's probably the music we got going. We got the esports championship behind us here.
How did San Jose get in the finals of the
I feel like I'm in South Beach, Miami with the music.
No, it's awesome. It's great seeing all these former players down here. There's so much tradition here. That's the kind of stuff, I think probably goes underappreciated from fans is what that means to the guys in the building over there. And they know what the expectations are. Haven't watched these guys, and these guys aren't afraid to tell them what the expectations are either. And I think that's a big deal. But yeah, when those two guys were sitting here, I mean, as an old quarterback, I was thinking, I'm not throwing the ball over the middle of those two guys there.
Brad, you
to the hospital.
I know you knew Harsh and everything, but when you came here, you wanted to come coach here. I mean, the history, the tradition, knowing what Boise State's done over the years, the chance to play in games like tonight. I mean, that draws players, that attracts coaches. Everybody is for nights like tonight.
While you're here. And now when you get to this point, put the ball down and snap and just go. Put the ball down, and I'm going to physically dominate you, and I'm just going to literally try to maim you. That's where you got to play the game, man. I used to tell them, I always say, I didn't want to get in trouble, but I used to tell the guys, I want you guys to rip their souls.
Yeah.
Over. I think you both feel pretty good about Boise State winning, but any score prediction or close game, blowout, how do you see this game playing out?
Yeah, I think it's going to start out close, but I think we're going to pull away, and I think we'll be celebrating a little bit fourth quarter.
Boise by 10.
Yeah, I'm going to say like 35-21.
Going?
Well, it should be fun.
Over 4 points. That'd be cool. My friend wants to know. I mean,
what's the total?
Come down here and get free beef jerky too.
Free beef jerky.
I don't know.
Now at Mountain West Media Days, they actually had the old Trapper guy passing it out. I didn't see him over there, but
I see people in flannel.
They put 2 logos right at the 30-yard line. They're messing up the blue. Come on, the old Trapper logos all over the field tonight. But
it's the potato bowl now.
Well, we appreciate everybody for checking us out. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to all of our guests that stopped by. A lot of fun out here. We'll be back post game. All the celebration, all the interviews, everything post game. If Boise State is able to do what everybody hopes they can do and win this championship tonight. We'll have full post-game coverage coming up. And, again, coming up at 5 o'clock, you can flip over to Fox. They'll have the Big Noon Kickoff pregame show down on the Blue. And then it'll be kickoff right after 6 o'clock. So, guys, appreciate it. Thanks to all you. We had record viewership, over 600 watching just on YouTube at one point, Kent. Great viewership. Over 2,500 people right now that are still crazy. And I wish we could keep it going, but we're cold and we got stuff to do, and we got to get inside for this game. So, thanks to Jaden. Thanks to all you guys, and we'll talk to you on the post-game show. Boise State fans, you've waited a long time for a night like tonight. Enjoy it, and we'll talk to you guys on the post-game show. Bronco Nation News Live here at BroncoNationNews.com.